All right. Play with Matches is back, you guys. So let me tell you what we are looking at right now, because we have a very tragic story that we're going to cover today, actually. Two. One much more tragic than the other because of the finality of it.
Doesn't sound very fun.
It's not.
Okay.
Someone died.
Oh.
Someone very famous.
Sad.
From the music industry. Oh. From the Diddy era.
Oh.
And
is he a good guy or a bad guy?
I don't know. What do you think? Irv Gotti?
I don't know.
I actually don't think he's a bad guy, dude.
I don't know.
I really don't. He
How did he pass?
Do you know,
54. Yeah, I know his name.
No, but do you know who he is?
I just said I know his name.
I know his name, but like, so like, who were his artists?
Everyone in Murder Inc.
Good job. You saw it on the headline. She saw it on the headline, dude. She saw it on the headline. Okay, but
you wouldn't have known if I had just played that off better.
He was so you had Suge Knight, and he had Death Row.
Yep.
You had Diddy, who had Bad Boy. Right around the same era. Irv Gotti had Murder Inc., which was like Ja Rule.
Mary J. Blige.
Mary J. Blige was also with Diddy, but like
literally says her name right there.
No, I know, but he worked with her. Like, who was on his label was Ja Rule. The main artists were Ja Rule and oh my God, what's the chick's name who ended up with Nelly? Like long term ended up with Nelly. Oh my God, it's gonna drive me absolutely insane. They didn't even that's actually
Tony Braxton?
No. That's Sierra? Really insulting. They didn't even put her on the headline.
I'm just gonna name everybody. Sierra, Ashanti.
Ashanti, there you go.
Yes.
Wait.
No?
You didn't did you see her? Or did you come up with that on your own?
I came up with it on my own.
Look at you.
Oh my gosh, you act like I never knew like 90s and early 2000s rap.
I mean, I would hope you did.
Goodness gracious.
So he died. We'll talk about why and how, etc. And then also we're gonna talk about Justin Bieber, because I mean I really like, if I pull up our channel, I have this feeling that because we're posting like, however, like, we don't post every day. And so I don't really remember what the last thing we talked about was. It's like, okay, so our last two videos are Justin Bieber. So we're definitely like, that needs to like,
we're Biebered out.
We should be Biebered out, dude.
We're
O-beebed. O-beebed, dude. O-beebed. And honestly, when I'm looking at our views are very consistent, kind of, no matter what we post. So
that's because we have the most awesome subscribers and viewers ever.
Yeah.
Thanks, y'all. We love you so much.
Let's see.
And look forward to your comments. So just please say hi. It like literally makes my day when I get to go through the comments later. And
we just decided we're going to be going through comments later. So,
so you can expect us to say hey.
So you can expect us to say hey. This is going to be the last time we go through the comments for a couple weeks.
Maybe not.
No, it has to be.
Okay, I'm just saying I too can read comments.
Midnight, late night going through the comments.
Okay.
Anyway, so so we're gonna, like, as a matter of fact, I just want to show. I feel as though this is one of those
ADD brain. What?
I was just gonna say, this is one of those shows where, under normal circumstances, you kind of like bury the lead a little bit, where you're like, okay, I'm gonna show you this crazy picture of Bieber. He looks terrible, and then like, you wait a while so that people hang around. This isn't really that kind of show, so I'm just gonna show it to you.
We just draw it out accidentally for 25 minutes.
No. Actually, yeah, we do that.
Sometimes, y'all.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna talk about that, and then also we've got I actually have a big update in the Jay-Z story, believe it or not. So we'll talk about that as well.
You mean like his wife won country music album of the year?
Oh my God.
I don't think there's a human being on planet Earth that is okay with that. I don't even think she was okay with it.
I think we are going to maybe title this that. Okay. Yeah, let's definitely actually.
Like, how embarrassing for the Grammys over like Chris Stapleton, Lainey Wilson. Like, what are you thinking,
dude? They
unless they paid a bunch of money to try to like, who friggin' knows?
So here's what I could say about my kind of theory here is Jay-Z had brought up over and over and over that Beyonce had never won Album of the Year. And it was like, how has she never won Album of the Year? How has she never won Album of the Year? He's brought it up so many times. And those bodies are incredibly susceptible to that. Oh, we just did what we were talking about. I just said I was going to show him the Bieber video, the picture, and then I didn't. Okay, look, this is Bieber. Look at how awful this guy looks.
Really, really.
I mean, like, this is like not even. This is like beyond funny. This is like beyond.
It's sad.
This is like really terrible, dude.
Yeah.
Like this is terrible.
I mean, he looks like he hasn't shaved in forever. Like, he just looks like he's falling apart.
He looks like a homeless drug addict.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just no two ways about it. That's the only way that you could describe him in this picture. He looks like a homeless drug addict, and it is really, really unfortunate, dude. Yeah. And I was like, and this is like not a picture that's floating around that much either. And look at this. This only got retweeted 4 times. Like everyone's all, oh yeah, Bieber just like DOA. It got viewed 3,000 times, and only 4 people were like, wow, look at this poor kid, which is kind of weird, man. Why don't you subscribe to our channel and like the video if you like the look of her jib? Wait, the cut of her jib.
Get it right.
Love you guys. I just think that it's like an indicator that like seriously no one cares about this kid. And
I don't know about all that.
Well, imagine for a second that I'm right about my theory that they brought the tape to him and they extorted like $20 million out of him. And then he found out afterwards that the tape is still going around. Like, try to imagine the psychological trauma that would put on you after all the stuff that happened. And then the people that you trust the most who bring you this absolute nightmare. Yeah. And they get you for $20 million that all of them get a commission on or whatever. Yeah. And I mean, that would leave me
like that.
Like this.
So, I mean, the other way that I kind of look at it is, if people really do think it's true, especially like people in the know at top like publications, maybe they do know and they're like, let's just leave him alone. And that's why the picture is not being circulated everywhere and why it's not in all these news. I mean, I like to hope that there's some good left in humanity. Obviously, there's a lot of money in paparazzi photos and stories, but it is also possible that publishers and producers are just like, we're done with Justin right now.
Do you really think that there's not one of them that has no scruples and would put it out?
I don't know.
Cause like I look at, I think that there's this thing where people who have, I don't know, like financially struggled their whole life, it's so overwhelming. Like when you're broke, like when you're broke for real,
it sucks.
It is, you can't, or at least like you can't think about anything else. It's like, it just takes your brain and just like from all different directions. It's like a absolute crushing, life ruining feeling where, any way that like, at least for me, when we were like broke and I felt like I didn't have a fucking friend in the world. And, when we were in Utah, cause it really was like isolated, we had a little bit of money that was like, this has to last forever.
Yeah.
Like this is like, I had no idea how we'll ever make money ever again. It was like, like if I try to think about it, like, okay, there's got to still be a story that I can tell myself about how I'm whatever. It's like, nope, you're losing in every category. It's impossible for people not to think about the future. It's like, if you have this completely uncertain future, I don't know. It's just like, I can't even.
It's awful.
It's fucking terrible, dude. Yeah. And so people who have lived in that space think of a person who has lots of money and they're just like, you have to be kidding me. Like, oh, you guys feel bad for this guy who has oh no, it cost him 20 million. He's probably got another 20 million in the bank. And like to them, they literally cannot think of a world where money does not solve all of their problems. They just don't understand. It's like, money is fantastic, but there's a lot more to life than just having money. You know what I mean?
Of course.
You're only going to learn that once you have money, I guess. But like this dude,
I like to think there's good in humanity. And I like to think that anyone who actually thinks about what it's hypothesized that he went through, we don't know 100% sure, but pretty positive, that it was him on the tapes.
Not positive.
Pretty sure. Okay, we're pretty sure.
Just being careful.
Okay. If anyone actually thinks about that and a child going through that, if you don't have empathy for someone, regardless of how rich they are, you're an asshole.
Yeah.
And you should reevaluate your life.
And also people should just think about when you feel sad, depressed, anxious, and alone, what do? Like, how do you try to address that? It's like you call your friend, talk to your spouse, call your mom, call your dad, whatever. That's the part that people really don't understand about this. which is
you are on an island.
You are on an island because when you have, that's because of the money and the success. Like when you are that wealthy, everyone looks to you for what you can give them, parents included, dude.
Yeah.
It's not, I mean, it's nothing against the parents necessarily.
Oh, I have something major against his parents. What is he doing alone with a full ass grown adult male at 13?
I don't know. I don't know if that happened then. I agree with you for sure. But okay, let me think about that. It's hard for me
to. The stage was set for the grooming early, whether or not it happened early or not.
And what's hard for me, it's really hard for me to imagine having a male child, you know, because like with a girl, your daughter that's 16 years old looks good, like that, and it's like, oh yeah, she's just gonna go hang out with this male producer. Fuck that, she is. You know what I mean? But a boy, you would not see that coming. As much as like in your mind, you're like, do you think they'll give him drugs? And they come down, we'll make sure it'd be about drugs. It would not be about sexual abuse. You know what I mean? I can see a world where when your son is 16 and you've got someone like Diddy, who at the time had a squeaky clean image, like, and he's like, I want to take him to the studio because they're experts at leveraging their position to isolate. Like, and it's not,
predators.
Exactly. And he has like, there's no one who's ever had more weapons at their disposal than Diddy. He's like, look, this kid is going to go all the way.
I'll make him a star.
Mm-hmm. And you're literally like, not only am I going to make all his dreams come true, these were all your dreams too, right? So like, I can do this for your kid. You're going to be like, I'm going to say no. Like I'm not saying that the parents did anything good here, but I'm just saying like,
it would be there.
Probably. Maybe.
I would be there.
You would be for sure.
Yeah.
You would be there for sure. But slowly but surely, like those predators are smart, man. It's not like they've never dealt with a smart parent before, I would imagine. Who talked about this a lot actually is Brett Cooper. Brett Cooper?
Yeah.
The only girl that I say the kids are always allowed to watch her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she was a child star in Hollywood. And she's pretty, obviously. And so people asked her, they're like, did you ever deal with any, creep, like talent agents or whatever? And she said that she did, but not as much because she's like, my mom was a great white shark. Mm-hmm. And she just was a shark. She was always around. She wasn't allowed. She said though, that at one time, she told this story that was like, it's just, of course, like, that she...
How are you shaking the camera so much? Your mic thing is touching the table and you resting on it and shaking the camera.
Jeez, look at that. You guys...
I was like, why is it so jumpy?
It's Gabrielle's fault, you guys.
Sorry, those of y'all that are getting motion sickness.
Okay, anywho.
And we're back.
So, she told this story that was actually super illuminating also, because it's about also not just other kids, it's about other kids' parents. So the other kid that she had done jobs with got this meeting with this super well-known talent agent, like with kids. And she told Brett's mom that she was going to be there. She was going to take the two girls and go to this meeting and she would be there.
Oh no. And
she dropped them off with him. And while they were there, the guy stuck his hands in their back pockets. So he's walking, stuck his hands in their back pockets. I think they were like 14 or 15 or something like that. And then started telling them that, I'm sorry. Before this, he told them that he had a fantasy of the two of them lesing out together or something. They're like 15, 16, whatever. Brett, you could look at her right now and see this is not a girl who has dealt with creeps like that at all. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she has like an intent, like, I don't mean this as not intelligent. She has an innocence to her where you could see like, this is not a girl who's dealt in that world of like, and so he said something like that and she was instantly like, what the fuck? Yeah. And then he stuck his hands in both of their pockets and she slapped his hand away. And she said that her friend shot her this look like, don't fuck this up for me. And the friend's like, let this shit happen. Like, I want this job or whatever they were doing. So she went home and told her mom. Her mom called the other parent. And it turned out that everyone had apparently known this guy was a creep. the mom.
See, that's what I'm saying. These friggin' Hollywood moms.
They like put them in
Pimp
that
out their
lied
children.
to the
Pimp
other
out their
kid's
children.
mom.
It's fucking gross.
I mean, Kris Kardashian produced a sex tape of her oldest daughter and released it on purpose and pretended it was leaked.
People are insane.
I mean, again, we've taught this conversation, but that's selling your soul to the devil as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, and now they're like multi-billionaires.
Does that not sound like a deal with the devil to you?
Yeah, it does.
I mean, I like, if we were homeless and my options were children starving their whole life or that, maybe. But if you're like regular life or that, I'm never making that deal. Like it's like you're talking, I'm making that deal if my children are going to starve to death.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I'm not trading that for money and fame. Your daughter make a sex tape and put it, it's fucking insane.
People are sick.
Yeah. Okay, so speaking of sick people, let's look at Irv Gotti and what happened to this poor gentleman because he died.
At 54.
Yeah, so those of you who did not recall this whole thing, so he was the one where 50 Cent destroyed Ja Rule's career. He also destroyed Irv Gotti's career. That actually happened in conjunction with something else that happened that we'll talk about in a second. But I'm curious how he died. So, let's see. So Irv Gotti, the famed music
producer.
producer.
Cause of death has not been confirmed. Source told people he had a series of strokes in recent years and was diabetic.
How do you get diabetes?
Your insulin resistance becomes super high.
Is that something that just happens or is it just something that you do to yourself?
Some people are born with it. There's type 1 and type 2. Type 1 you're born with, so you just don't produce insulin. You have to do insulin shots like just forever.
Yeah.
Type 2 is also called adult acquired diabetes, but now kids get it because their diets are shit. But you can do it to yourself. Too much sugar, too much fat, estrogen dominance. And it can be reversed, though, through diet and exercise.
So that's interesting because, Irv has been struggling with diabetes for years, which caused him to have a minor stroke over 6 months ago. He has since changed his diet to eating more healthy. He's been successful in making a full recovery. Irv is not in a rehab facility. He is at home with his family enjoying life. Dude, you know what I just realized? Remember, I told you actually about this video, and I was like, this is so badass. I want to show it to you right now. This was I don't want them. You guys don't need to go with me on this journey online.
This journey through the interweb.
Okay, so because this story is actually really cool. Okay, so like when 50 Cent first came on the scene, prior to that, him and Irv Gotti and Ja Rule had a really, really serious beef, right? Like,
what?
So
rap beef is so weird. Do you know that Kendrick Lamar is the Super Bowl halftime show?
Yeah, of course I know that, dude.
Oh.
Yeah, you've. Okay, this is it. Yeah. Okay, so
I'm gonna give you truth.
Okay,
that's the face I remember.
Okay, so this is the story though. So, 50 Cent is from the same area.
Oh, I've seen this. When he first heard it, he's like,
yeah. Don't tell him. Don't tell him. It's so good,
it's
dude.
Really good.
It's so good. Okay, so 50 Cent is from the same area as Ja Rule, and like they knew each other. Ja Rule obviously blew up. Like Ja Rule was really, really big. 50 Cent was friends with a guy who had robbed Ja Rule for his chain. So there's some kind of thing where like 50 Cent was associated with someone who had robbed Ja Rule. They had like, whatever. Anyway, so like 50 went up to Ja Rule at some point. Like 50's not like 50 had nothing to do with robbing him. But so 50 rolled up on Ja Rule to like say what's up about something, and Ja Rule was like, psh, and like, 50 Cent's like, oh yeah, dude. Cause he's like, he's the King Von of that era where he's like,
it's been shot 9 times.
Yeah. It's like that. Well, this is before that.
Oh, maybe he was only shot like 7 times?
No. He got shot by dudes associated with
9
fucking
times?
Ja Rule. Yeah. All at once.
It was 9 shots at once?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he got shot 9 times.
Oh, like a fucking cat?
Yeah.
Like a fucking cat, dude?
Yeah.
So, long story short, they got in a bunch of conflicts. Like Ja Rule and 50 Cent got in a big fight.
Yeah, rap battles.
No.
Rap beef.
50 Cent punched
Rap
Ja Rule,
fights.
then a bunch of guys jumped him.
Okay.
50 Cent and all of like his crew were in a studio. Ja Rule and all of his friends came in, jumped in, they stabbed. They what?
I feel like I have to sneeze.
Do it. Stabbed you.
My
got
eyes
stabbed.
are watering.
Stabbed.
My eyes are watering. I swallowed my sneeze though, but my eyes.
Stabbed.
Okay.
Anyway, so they ran in
That's a
there
close
and stabbed them. And then like, you know, there was some police report filed and then they pretended like 50 Cent had ratted on them, whatever. It was this whole fucking thing that for sure you could not come back from. Like, this is not the kind of beef that like, okay, now you can make friends.
Let's be friends.
They got mad when Eminem and them, because, okay, so then 50 Cent got shot.
It's the longest story. Go ahead.
Are you serious? Like, you think?
I want to watch the video.
Okay, so 50 Cent got shot also and then came back, and that's when Eminem and Dr. Dre signed him.
Okay.
And so, again, he was nobody. Okay? He's a fucking nobody at this point, 50 Cent. Mm-hmm. Irv Gotti and Ja Rule are massive.
Diddy, I love.
Okay?
I love 50 Cent.
This is all incredibly necessary context to understand this fucking video. Without a hey, who's an expert on fucking rap beef, Gabrielle? Go ahead, tell us about fucking rap beefs.
I wasn't trying to.
Well,
I just feel like it's superfluous info.
It's definitely not.
Okay, here we
The
go.
point is,
this is all we needed to say. 50 Cent and Ja Rule had beef. That's all we needed to say.
Absolutely not.
I think that covers it.
Not at all. You had to understand that this was beef that was like, you can't come back from this at all. Okay?
Just said that.
Guys from his crew shot 50 Cent. Okay. So now Irv Gotti is telling the story of the first time he heard the song In the Club, which was 50 Cent's breakout song. You got to keep in mind, Gabrielle, I know this stuff's like I know you're 100 years old like me. A lot of people
Hey, watch yourself.
A lot of people do not know this story at all.
I was getting Botox yesterday, and my injector, I walked in there, you know her, I love her. Walked in there and Carmen Electra's on. She's like, "Do you know who Carmen Electra is?" I'm like, "Of course I know who Carmen Electra is." She goes, "Oh, thank God, because my last client didn't." I was like, "No."
She's older. She's older than us.
So
okay, so this is Irv Gotti telling the story the first time that he heard In the Club, which obviously was like one of the biggest hits ever.
True story. When we first heard In the Club, you know, the Wankster record, it was a snazzy tune, but you know, it was nothing. We were so heavy making these big.
Look! God, he's so cool. Look at this shit.
We were so heavy making big ass records. It was like, yeah, it's a snazzy tune, but who cares, right? And then we was all in my office. Worldwide Plaza. Rule was in the office. We was in there having a good time. And here comes Flex at 7 o'clock. I got the new. So he said, all right, let's listen. Let's listen to it. Dun, 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 dun. I'm like, oh God, fucking Dre, right? So boom. So then, no, but wait a minute, you're bringing it back. So I'm like, all right, the beat is fucking nuts. He may have one, but let's see if he connected the dots lyrically. He may have not have connected the dots lyrically. You find me in the. I'm like,
is it?
I turned the Rule and everyone in the office, and I said, yo, buckle up. We have a major problem. This record, and he's with Jimmy Iovine, Dr. Dre, and fucking Eminem. We have a problem.
And then 50 Cent ended their fucking career.
Are we gonna get demonetized?
We're gonna get demonetized. I'm gonna let that shit go, dude. Take that shit, 50. You can have that fucking. You can have that fucking money.
Love you.
Because that story's that good. I don't want to deprive my fucking audience of that story because it's so good, dude.
Now I want to go listen to that.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. The first time I saw that video, first thing I did is went and listened to it and just imagine being in there. Oh my God, dude.
So
yeah.
good.
Okay, and like the video, if you actually watch the music video, they drag out the intro so long because they have this whole like movie thing, and then
I used to love that time.
Yeah, and then, like they drag it out, and then when 50 like comes on, they had him hang down like they built him in a lab.
I remember that video.
I love stories like that, and I love imagining being in that environment, like actually having stake in this stuff, and it's like. Yeah, this like that shit's a headshot. You shot him. You fucking shot him, dude, and he knows it. Like your team shot him, and look at that. And it's like it was so obvious because he had all the street cred, and that song was so fire. People still to this fucking day.
Anytime it's someone's birthday, at least someone sings it once to you that day.
If you put that on in a club, anytime, anywhere, everyone is happy. They're like, hell yeah, dude. What's that? That's like 25 fucking years ago, dude.
That's so good.
Yep. I don't even know what you would even compare. Like, well, Dr. Dre should just make, like, he should make, you know what I heard actually, speaking of Dr. Dre? So speaking of Kendrick Lamar.
Who I don't really like his music. I tried to listen to it this morning, dropping the kids off.
Better watch your fucking mouth, dude.
Sorry, Kendrick.
You get fucking. But
I
anyway,
don't think it's that good.
I think you should probably listen to more of it. But nonetheless, so when they announced that he
Not
won,
Like Us, is that the song?
when they announced that he won for Not Like Us at
not
the
for me.
Grammys,
You want a Grammy for that?
are you serious?
I mean,
It's literally like the biggest song fucking ever.
I don't like it.
Have you listened to
I
it?
literally listened to it this morning driving the kids to school. We were listening to it in the car because I'm like, oh, he's headlining the Super Bowl. I'm like, he's the guy that sings the Certified Lover Boy, Can't Say the Rest.
Bro, that song is objectively good.
I don't like it.
I don't even know.
I know.
I don't even know what to say about that.
I have rendered Jesse on fire speechless.
Bro, you want to know
for
what's...
once
Yeah,
in
if you
his
want to know
life.
Gabrielle's exact taste in music, okay?
It's country.
Sure, country. But outside of country, I could tell you with one song.
What?
Skater Boy, okay?
I
Avril
do like
Lavigne,
Skater Boy.
however you
He
feel
loves Skater Boy.
when you listen to Skater Boy,
Yeah.
if you hear a song that makes you feel like that, Gabby loves it.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Blink and...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like dark shit, like where you think, where
But
you're
I
like,
also really love, like, Tupac and Biggie.
you like the songs of Tupac and Biggie that are not.
No, I
they're-
like the super hard ones too.
Well,
Like the whole Juicy album, I love.
great album.
Love it.
It's called, what's it called? What's the album called?
Oh my God. Hip starts with an H.
Nope.
What? Notorious? No. What is it?
Starts with an R.
What? I never gonna get there.
Ready.
Ready to Die.
There you go.
Um.
And yeah.
Anyways,
What's Tupac's double album called?
oh
Go.
my gosh. I don't remember album names. All Eyes on Me.
There you go.
Okay, see, I know.
And what's the one that he put out right before he...
Pop quiz is my favorite game.
I
Go,
know.
what is it?
What's the one he put out right as he died? Like he died, and then
What
they
does
put
it
this
start
out.
Machiavelli.
7 Day Theory.
Okay.
That's why everybody was
Yeah.
like, he's not even fucking dead, dude. He's not even fucking dead.
Um,
Maybe he's not.
but maybe he's not. Oh man, I'm so bummed that we missed the hologram that year at Coachella.
That is devastating.
I had because I grew up in the desert. I had like my entire high school was
Mm-hmm.
there basically, and it was like the talk of the town. It was the talk of the world, like when
Well,
it first
yeah.
happened. But people literally could not get over it. They were like, it looked so fucking real.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, they really, you want to know, who got fucked by that hologram is 50 Cent at his Super Bowl, dude,
Yeah.
because they had Eminem, Dre, all that, and everyone was like, they're gonna bring the Tupac hologram.
Yeah.
So everyone was waiting for the hologram, and then they had 50 Cent drop down
I
like the
know.
fucking thing, and everyone's all, oh, because like that people would have gone fucking nuts for that,
Yeah.
but they thought it was gonna be the Tupac hologram.
exactly.
Yeah. Well,
But I love Fitty.
dude, he's a fucking badass. That guy is.
His smile, that man's smile is just like gorgeous.
And behind that smile is he'll fucking
Yeah.
reach inside your life and just take it from you.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear about the, so he's also in the liquor business. And there was a guy,
Everybody's in the liquor business. Wasn't he wasn't he in drink too? Vitamin water?
Vitamin Water. Well, that one, they offered him $1 million as an endorsement and he took stock
took
instead, $100 million.
Smart man.
Yep. And that was early in his career too, dude.
I know.
That was really smart.
Very smart.
Really smart. But anyway, so he was in this bit. I think it was like a fucking champagne. Anyway, whatever. So he's in the liquor business, and there's a guy like in the liquor business. There's all these kind of like pieces that work together, and one of them are the people who I guess they're like buyers, and they go and they source the grapes or whatever it is. So he found out that this guy was pulling some kind of middleman siphon shit where he was made a side deal with someone that they were doing. And so he was siphoning money off of every single transaction.
Oh no, he did.
And 50 caught him, and 50 Cent, he took the guy's house. Okay. And like 50 not, so when he sued him, he ended up getting the guy's house and he left the guy's pictures up and shit. Like he left all the guy's shit up and stuff. Like 50's so cold, dude.
I love it.
He's
It's
so
ruthless.
cold, dude. He's so cold. He
love
burned
it.
his fucking baby mom's house down
I mean, I don't think I like that.
with his fucking son in it.
Well, let's not do that.
It's because she, it was something about her moving. I think she moved a new
not
dude
commit
in or
arson.
something, or I don't know. There was something, but like everybody knows he's the one who fucking did it. Like
Arson.
him and his son don't get along.
It's
They're
not
like,
the answer.
that's sad though. His son and him look exactly alike and they hate each other.
That's because mama raised a mama's boy.
Correct. And probably just filled his head with shit like.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry, but if baby daddy's gonna burn down a house with kid in it, maybe what you said wasn't too far off. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
Just saying.
I'd have been like, could at least texted me, dude.
Yeah.
Could have shot me a text like maybe like, hey man, like maybe find something to do tonight because I'm gonna burn your fucking house down.
Yeah. Anything. Just don't be home at 9 p.m. or something.
It's amazing. Like if we could get a genuine look into all the dirt that these like moguls have done and gotten away with, like if it's just like you got just like got to sit on top, and it's like once they got power,
what did they do with it?
Let's see what they what they did.
I'm sure there's some crazy shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a call in like 2 minutes.
I know I gotta go live in 3.
Well then.
All right, guys, we love you guys.
next time.
Subscribe to the channel, ring the bell. Bye bye.